इससे खास तौर पर हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स की आवाजाही आसान होगी। आज हमने खेलों के क्षेत्र में भी सहयोग को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए ठोस कदम उठाए हैं। यह युवाओं को जोड़ने का एक प्रभावी माध्यम बनेगा। आज हायर एजुकेशन पर बना कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव रोड मैप शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में हमारी साझेदारी को नई दिशा देगा। मैं जर्मन विश्वविद्यालयों को भारत में अपने कैंपस खोलने के लिए आमंत्रण देता हूं। भारतीय नागरिकों के लिए वीजा फ्री ट्रांजिट की घोषणा के लिए मैं चांसलर मर्ज का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। इससे दोनों देशों के लोगों के बीच नजदीकियां और बढ़ेगी। मुझे खुशी है कि गुजरात के लोथल में बनाए जा रहे नेशनल मैरीटाइम हेरिटेज कॉम्प्लेक्स से जर्मन मैरीटाइम म्यूजियम जुड़ रहा है। यह दोनों देशों की मैरीटाइम हिस्ट्री को जोड़ने वाला ऐतिहासिक कदम है। ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन के क्षेत्र में गुजरात आयुर्वेद यूनिवर्सिटी का जर्मनी के साथ करीबी सहयोग रहा है। इस महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर आज किए जा रहे एमओयू से हमारा सहयोग को और अधिक बल मिलेगा। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और जर्मनी की हमेशा कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर हम चलते रहे हैं। हमारी दोस्ती का प्रभाव ग्लोबल स्टेज पर भी दिखाई देता है। घाना, कैमरून और मलावी जैसे देशों में ज्वाइंट प्रोजेक्ट से हमारी ट्राइलेटरल विकास साझेदारी दुनिया के लिए एक सफल मॉडल है। हम ग्लोबल साउथ के देशों के विकास के लिए अपने साझा प्रयासों को आगे भी निरंतर जारी रखेंगे। इंडो पैसिफिक दोनों देशों के लिए हाई प्रायोरिटी है। इस क्षेत्र में हमारे तालमेल को बढ़ाने के लिए हम एक कंसल्टेशन मैकेनिज्म की शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं। आज हमने यूक्रेन और गाजा सहित कई वैश्विक और क्षेत्रीय मुद्दों पर विस्तार से चर्चा की। भारत सभी समस्याओं और विवादों के शांतिपूर्ण समाधान का पक्षधर रहा है और इस दिशा में किए जा रहे सभी प्रयासों का समर्थन करता है। हम एकमत है कि आतंकवाद पूरी मानवता के लिए एक गंभीर खतरा है। भारत और जर्मनी इसके विरुद्ध एकजुट होकर पूरी दृढ़ता से लड़ाई जारी रखेंगे। भारत और जर्मनी सहमत है कि ग्लोबल चैलेंजेस से निपटने के लिए ग्लोबल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में सुधार अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। यूएन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल में सुधार के लिए G4 के माध्यम से हमारा संयुक्त प्रयास इसी सोच का प्रमाण है। एक्सेलेंसी, 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की ओर से मैं एक बार फिर आपका भारत में हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मुझे विश्वास है कि आज की चर्चा भारत जर्मनी साझेदारी को नई ऊर्जा और स्पष्ट दिशा देगी। आपकी यात्रा, आपके व्यक्तिगत जुड़ाव और भारत के प्रति आपकी गहरी मित्रता के लिए मैं आपको हृदय से धन्यवाद करता हूं। दांके शोन।
Thank you, sir. May I now request His Excellency, Mr. Friedrich Merz, Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, to give his remarks to the media.
Exzellenz, sehr geehrter Herr Premierminister, lieber Narendra Modi, meine Damen und Herren, die erste Reise in diesem Jahr führt mich in der Tat nach Indien. Es ist auch zugleich die erste Reise nach Südostasien, die ich als Bundeskanzler unternehme. Und ich will damit ein Zeichen setzen für die strategische Partnerschaft mit Indien. Diese strategische Partnerschaft mit Indien hat für Deutschland, hat auch für mich eine hohe Priorität. Sie haben es bereits gesagt, 75 Jahre diplomatische
years of diplomatic relations. We share 75 years, and 75 years after establishing diplomatic relations, this holds true more than ever before. Our two countries are seeking to intensify and deepen our cooperation. This morning I had the opportunity to visit the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi is ascribed the following sentence: be the change which you hope for the world. We want to take heed of that together, dear Narendra Modi. We want to elevate the relations between India and Germany to an even higher and a new level. You invited me to visit your home state of Gujarat, and I would like to express my gratitude and express my heartfelt gratitude for this special gesture. It's a sign for the very deep ties between our two countries, but it's also a testament to the friendship towards me. Thank you very much. The city we're visiting today, Ahmedabad, in a certain way is the cradle of modern India. This is where Gandhi started his non-violent struggle and fight for freedom, self-determination and democracy. And the region, this part of India, Gujarat, represents a impressive economic dynamic, a dynamic of India ranging from textile industry via highly modern smart industrial parks and to a very lively startup scene. Furthermore, the region is a pulsating location for universities, for engineering, and for applied sciences. Here in Gujarat, it becomes tangible what's important to both of us when it comes to this visit. The fundamental political values that we share, the tremendous economic potential that we see, and our ever closer interconnections with a view to skilled labor and education. And especially amid the profound geopolitical changes and upheavals in the world, we share a fundamental interest in deepening our strategic partnership. Europe and transatlantic relations remain important to us. Today, we need to forge a broader network of partnerships, and we need to do so swiftly and with a long breath at the same time. India is a desired partner, a partner of choice for Germany, and the preconditions for a renewed and deepened and intensified partnership couldn't be more favorable. Germany, as the most populous state and the state in the European Union, which is the most economically strong state in the European Union, and India is the biggest democracy of the world, we share fundamental values. The highly dynamic India and the highly technological Germany, we share essential interests, and this is what we build upon. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to focus on three priorities. First, we advocate for an international order in which we can live freely and securely. Because the world order is changing. The moment we are meeting here, it is increasingly marked by great power politics and thinking in spheres of influence. Rough winds are blowing, and we have to brace ourselves against these rough winds. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine is probably the most drastic expression of these changes and this upheaval. Together, we are going to assert these values and interests that we share in this new world together. No, we don't always agree in all matters, and that holds true for our European partners as well, but the overlaps we're seeing are very big indeed. And this is why we want to cooperate more closely in the field of security policy. We host joint exercises of our Navy and our Air Force, and we have joint port visits, military joint visits, and we have forms of consultations. And we want to deepen our defense industries and the cooperation of our defense industries, and this has strategic significance. That strengthens both, and that leads to the fact that India is less dependent on Russia. You saw it. We signed groundbreaking memoranda of declaration. One memorandum stipulates the closer cooperation of our defense industries in the field of development and production, and the promotion of innovation and strengthening global supply chains. But not only do we intensify our defense industrial cooperation, but we also intensify our economic relations. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we're seeing a renaissance of protectionism. It's directed against the principles of free trade and open markets. And countries like India and Germany have been focusing on the principles of free trade and open markets, and we continue to focus on these principles in future. We're experiencing that great powers, big powers, use supply chains and raw materials increasingly as instruments of power. Together, we want to oppose this. We reduce unilateral dependencies of our supply chains, and that makes both of our economies more resilient. India, as the fastest growing economy of the G20, is a pivotal partner in the Indo-Pacific. You mentioned it, Prime Minister, more than 2,000 German companies are active in India, and ever more Indian companies are investing in Germany, with a bilateral trade volume to the tune of almost $50 billion in goods and services at a record high. Germany is India's most important partner in the European Union. German and Indian companies are moving closer together in future technologies. And this is why we agreed to deepen cooperation in pivotal areas such as critical minerals, AI, digitalization and telecommunications, hydrogen, and battery storage. We want to deepen and intensify cooperation because innovation creates growth and requires academia, science, and research. We also foster and promote our cooperation in this field by way of the Indo-German Science and Technology Center. We are also working on establishing a joint center of excellence for technological innovations. And ladies and gentlemen, the fact that I'm accompanied by a large delegation of German top companies illustrates this dynamics impressively. We want to continue to remove obstacles and use and tap into potential. We discussed this together with Prime Minister Modi and leading CEOs at a round table, and I look forward to continuing this CEO forum to fully tap into full potential of our economic relations. We need to conclude the negotiations on a free trade agreement between India and the European Union. We need to use this opportunity. The President of the Commission are going to travel to India toward the end of this month and are going to sign this agreement. After it's concluded, they are going to undertake more progress and to bring this free trade agreement about. Allow me to say this also against the backdrop of the decisions of last Friday that the European Union concluded the Mercosur agreement finally is an encouraging sign on the path to continue down the road of forging and concluding free trade agreements. And thirdly, Prime Minister Modi said it, we want to continue to work in the field of education and skilled workers. Well-educated, skilled workers secure our prosperity. They're motivated, they're creative and innovative. Germany needs qualified professionals in the field of industry, in trade, nursing, IT, and in engineering. India has excellent young people who are well trained. It's an opportunity for both sides. We are opening up paths for legal and orderly migration from dual vocational training, studies, targeted visa and fast-track procedures between and partnerships between universities and companies. 60,000 young people from India are studying in Germany. They account for the largest group of foreign students in Germany. The number of urgently needed, highly qualified, skilled workers from India in Germany is increasing rapidly. And as of now, Indians are among the most successful group of immigrants in Germany. And we want to continue and promote this in the future. We want to enhance this trend, for instance, by promoting and expanding digital offers for German language acquisition in India. And finally, with the Global Skills Partnership, we're creating a framework for Indian skilled workers in the field of the healthcare sector. Mr. Modi, Narendra Modi, Germany and India are two large democracies and strong economies that have many things in common. We want to build upon this, and we want to deepen our partnership and our security partnership. Indeed, we want to strengthen our economic relations, and together we want to promote talents in India and in Germany. We do this for the benefit of both sides. We do this for a world order which preserves our values and our interests, and we do so because we trust each other and because we want to get to know each other better via the many meetings. I'm very happy to be you in your home state today. I look forward to welcoming you towards the end of this year in Germany on the occasion of the German-Indian intergovernmental consultation, and we're hosting these consultations. And allow me to also address the developments in the not-so-far neighborhood in Iran. We're seeing for 2 weeks how people from all sectors of society are taking to the streets. They're protesting peacefully for freedom and a better life in their country. Not only is it their right to do that, I pay tribute to the courage with which they confront the disproportionate amount of violence, and I call upon the Iranian government and leadership to protect their citizens instead of threatening them. The violence directed at the Iranian people is something we condemn in the strongest of terms. This violence is not a testament an expression of strength, but a weakness, and this violence needs to stop. Allow me to say this in conclusion, because the news coming out of Iran are accompanying us while we're here on a visit to India. Once again, Honorable Prime Minister, dear Mr. Modi, thank you so much for the warm hospitality, for the amicable reception here in India. I'm delighted to continue our good cooperation between Germany and India, and also look forward to continuing our amicable cooperation on a personal level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the press statements. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your presence.